asexual. That's the title of it. So we're just going to throw out the idea of asexuality here. Maybe maybe you are asexual, or maybe you know someone who is, or maybe you've never even heard the term before and you just kind of want to know what that means. So first, if somebody's asexual and they're okay with it, that's fine. Boom, 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 done. There's nothing wrong with being asexual, with having no desire for sex. That's fine. Presumably, though, if that person is in a relationship, the relationship is probably affected. I mean, unless both people are both asexual and truly are asexual and truly are honest with themselves and their partner that they really don't want sex, aren't interested in sex. If that's the case, problem solved, because there is no problem. Great. But if one is and the other isn't, problem. So here's the things to ask. I just got a list of little questions for you. Ask this: if you are asexual, think you might be, ask these questions of yourself. That is, if you want to explore your sexuality. Again, if you're okay with it, you don't even need to be here. But if you're not, ask these questions. First of all, have you ever felt any desire to have sex? Is it possible you're attracted to a different gender? Like, you always thought you were this, but turns out you're actually attracted to this other gender. And now we talk about the gender spectrum. I mean, there's a whole, it's however you feel your gender is sort of represented in you and reflected in you and how you show up in the world. Great. Who are you attracted to? Which million versions of that are you attracted to? Have you thought about it? Look into it. Do you masturbate? If you do, well, you must enjoy it. Do you think about anything? Do you fantasize about anything? Look into that. Like, what are you fantasizing? Are these pure fantasies and you're not really wanting to do it? Or are these fantasies where you're like, yeah, actually, I would try to do that. I'd maybe give that a go. If you don't masturbate, are you willing to try to just explore yourself, explore your body, and see what feels good? If you're asexual and again you want to change, have you seen a doctor? Is it a testosterone thing? Maybe it's been that issue your entire life or recently. Is it new? Has it been something that you've always had? If it's new, also probably see a doctor. Something's changed. Do you seek out sexual material of any kind, some kind of porn, pictures, audio, whatever it is for you? Do you seek that out, and what kind is it? So again, maybe it's a gender thing, maybe it's an attraction thing, maybe it's a thing that you view as wrong or immoral or sin that maybe you want to get a handle on and not think of it that way. What physical sensations do you actually enjoy? So if you're like, oh, I don't really feel interest in sex, I just have no desire to do anything sexual. What physically do you enjoy? And maybe it's, I love eating. Okay, well, that's sort of sexual, right? It can be very sexual. But maybe it's what kind of physical touch, warm baths, cold showers, I don't know, whatever it is for you. What do you physically feel that pleases you? What do you enjoy? And then how does it affect your relationship? If you're in a relationship, you think you're asexual, meaning you're either not having sex or maybe not having much sex, or when you do have sex, you maybe don't enjoy it. How often do they want sex? Do they want sex? And have you ever had the talk about sex, the whole sex talk that I always mention? And do they understand where you're at? Are there things, and if let's say they want sex and you don't, and you're okay with that or not okay or whatever, are there things that maybe you could do for them that might sort of ease their anxieties, their stresses, their desires, their need for sexual pleasure that you would be willing to do to support this person that presumably you love? So how can you each support the other's sexual preference or lack of sexual preference? Have that talk. And I usually say have those talks because you're not going to get it all in one session, in one talk. It's going to take multiple times. You're going to talk. You're gonna live life and maybe have some sexy time or not so sexy time or whatever it is for you. And then you talk again with the results. It's like science. You come up with an idea, you test it, you redo it again, you test it again, and you find out what works for you and for your relationship. If you have any comments, put them below. Reach out to me if you want any assistance, and I will see you on the next video.